Okay, welcome back. And now, as with Edgar, I'm going to be doing some tests of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See how the lands come out. Make sure I've got a good mix of colors. Check the cast. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I've got Voidmage Husher, which is a reactionary card. I'm going to set that one back. I've got Tergrid. I'll keep her. Temple of the False God, I'll keep that. Underground River, Cabal Coffers, Dimir Aqueduct, and a Swamp. So, it's not a bad starting hand. Shuffle away the Husher. So in my group, we still use the old Commander Mulligan, where you just take what you don't want, set them aside, draw them many cards, which I should have done before I started shuffling, but I did not. So to replace Voidmage Husher, I get Sangromancer. Nice. So for the simulation, I'll pretend that I have two opponents. It's my turn, so I'll draw a card. Island. Okay, so I'll play an island. I have nothing to do, so I'll pass the turn. Turn. Draw for my turn. And I get one of the most expensive cards in the deck. Okay. But here's one of the nice things about Sygg. So he comes down on turn 2. Play Swamp. Blue-black. Sygg is now in play. Adjust the camera down a bit so it's more visible. Okay, imagine they've taken their turns. Untap. Draw. Dismiss. Okay. Now, since I don't really have anything to do anyway, I'll just pick up a Swamp. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I've got to just play a land because I don't want to discard. Okay, down to 7. Imagine they've taken their turns. They've got a couple creatures out, but they're not attacking, so I'm not getting anything off of Sygg. At this point, they're probably poking at me, trying to. He's got 3 toughness, so I could probably block any small creature they send at me early. They're probably not poking at each other that much, or if they are, it's not enough to trigger Sygg's 3 life, loss of 3 life ability for me to draw a card. So I draw for my turn. Another land, High Market. So I'll play a High Market. Move all this so it's more visible. Okay, blue, black, black, and 1 life, so I'm down to 39. Colorless. And I'll play my Sangromancer. So imagine they've taken the turns, and at this point, probably one of them has hit the other for 3 life. So for the simulation, I'll draw a card off of Sygg. Ashiok. I don't think I want to run him out now. And I don't have a lot of discard ability yet. If I cast Tergrid, she's just going to become a target. But I might as well anyway. So, actually, Temple of the False God gives me 2, so I have 6 mana. 2, 3, black, another damage, I'm down to 38, black, blue. And I can cast my Debaser. Not that it's going to be that relevant now, because it's doubtful that this early in the game anybody has anything interesting in the graveyard, but it's a threat. And then I would attack somebody with Sangromancer. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Okay, reactionary card. So, at this point, I'm probably going to want to keep the mana up for Disallow. So what I'll do is I'll attack with the Debaser. Probably will not trigger, I will not get a creature, but he will hit something for 6. Attack somebody in the air with Sangromancer for 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll cast Turgid, God of Fright. So once I do start discarding, it'll be more interesting. So imagine they're taking the turns. For the simulation, imagine somebody's been hit for 3, so I draw a card off Sygg. Merfolk Looter. Not bad, now I can start filtering. Draw for my turn. Swamp. And you notice I still haven't played the Aqueduct or the Coffers. I just don't really need to right now. Coffers because it'd probably get whacked if anybody has a land destruction ability. And I don't have Urborg to feed it anyway. Plus I've got plenty of mana for what's in my hand. So I would cast Merfolk Looter. See if I can get him on camera. Blue and colorless, because I might want the high market in case somebody tries to exile one of my creatures, and I don't have the double blue for the dismiss, so yeah, at this point I will play the Aqueduct. Return the tapped island to my hand, play the Aqueduct tapped, and imagine they take the turns. For the simulation purposes, imagine that they have not hit each other for more than 3 for whatever reason. Sometimes that just happens, so Sygg does not trigger. I don't get anything off of him as far as a card. Untap. Draw for my turn. Dimir Doppelganger. Now, one of the things about the simulation is, since I don't have any opponents, cards like this, cards like the Debaser, even Sangromancer, they're not presenting a true picture of what they do, because I don't have anything to work with. I don't have any opponent's graveyards to start playing with. But what I can do is, let's filter first. So tap the Merfolk Looter, draw a card, nice, and discard a card. And I'll go ahead and discard the island. And then what I'll do is 2, 3, 4, untap the swamp, 4, 5, I'll play the Mulldrifter. Draw 2 cards. I get that at Adele and Dragonlord Silumgar. Okay, so looking pretty good. I'm in a good position. Turgid has Menace, so attack somebody with Turgid, attack somebody with the Debaser, attack somebody with the Sangromancer. And of course, if anybody does any kind of board wipe, any kind of overloaded Cyclonic Rift, Wrath of God, Damnation. I don't have the blue for the dismiss, so actually that's not dismiss, is it? Disallow. Maybe I should get an English copy. I don't have the other blue for the disallow to save me, but for the simulation I'm not going to worry about that too much. So imagine that this time they did do damage to each other, one of them, so I get a card. Doppelganger. Sweet. So untap. Draw for my turn. And I get Manamo, School of Water's Edge. And this is where the simulation is starting to fall apart, because I'm not getting any discard effects. I have things that trigger off of discard. I have Triggered, I have Sangromancer, but I have nothing to start the discard cycle. So let's see, Merfolk Looter, draw a card, guess Grimoire. Whenever an opponent discards a card from his hand, I might draw a card. But I can't start the cycle. And I don't have anything to pick up the Mulldrifter. So at this point, I'm going to close the simulation. In this game, if this were an actual game, I would be in an okay position, but I would be frustrated because my deck is not doing what I've designed it to do. So let's try another one.